Giants have emerged from their strongholds to threaten civilization as never before. Hill giants are stealing all the grain and livestock they can, while stone giants have been scouring settlements that have been around forever. Fire giants are press-ganging small folk into the desert, while frost giants' long ships have been pillaging along the Sword Coast. Even the elusive cloud giants have been witnessed, their wondrous floating cities appearing above Water's Deep and Boulder's Gate. Where is the storm giant King Hecaton, who is tasked with keeping order among these giants? What the lands of Faerun, the elves and the dwarves, the humans and the halflings, and the gnomes and the dragonborn need right now is a group of heroes to raise and take on this threat and ensure continued peace in the lands. Maybe one day they'll get round to it.
Talk on the streets and taverns of Baldur's Gate has turned to a death curse, a mysterious ailment afflicting anyone who has passed through the doors of death and returned. A wasting disease that seems them sliding back towards the death they once denied, and the doors of death seem to have sealed tightly shut, meaning that nobody can return from beyond them. Temples and scholars are at a loss to explain this mysterious death curse. A dark power grows in the jungles of Chult, a mysterious peninsula far to the south, ringed by mountains and choked by rainforests. The death curse and this dark power seem to be intertwined, and those suffering from the curse seek to bring an end to it. Heroes have been chosen for this task, but they have not returned, and time runs short for those seeking to avoid a second painful death. And so now it seems that it is time for new heroes to rise. Will they succeed where others have failed, or will they be doomed to wander lost in the jungles of Chult forever? Hello and welcome to this final boss fight live stream. I totally meant to go live at that point and didn't accidentally press the button. Hello everybody! And before we get started, Waffle Man 2, welcome to the final boss fight. Take up your sword and let's fight this boss together.
But who is the...
Who is this person who should have been a waffle?
Apparently, you should have been a waffle.
Yeah.
I now really want to see a fight between a waffle and a Tarask.
You have no idea how disappointed I am in you.
Waffle Man says,
That's-
"Well, I'm sorry."
That's a nice way to greet a new follower. Well done.
Well, you're not the first one to say that.
That's just sad.
And this is coming from Commander Crumpet.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
The great Crumpet to Waffle debate.
Oof.
Anyway, hello and welcome to this Dungeons & Dragons game. Eventually, we'll get to that. Crumpets are also good.
Crumpets are also good. And
Yeah.
waffles are good as well. Together we shall conquer the world.
Waffles are better, though, says Waffle Man.
Oh, that's debatable.
Well,
And
you're
then
a stop,
civil
then.
war begins.
My name is John, and I'm joined by Sean,
I'll do.
Amy,
I'm dead inside.
Scar,
How do?
and Sean.
Hi.
I said that slightly out of order, but we all got there in the end.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
Tanny says that they like pancakes more.
Pancakes. are nice.
Pancakes.
We are going to eventually stop discussing breakfast foods and start getting on to Dungeons & Dragons. When last we saw... you just had dinner.
Yeah, but stop talking of pancakes, crumpets, and food.
When last we...
Talking about cheese.
Okay, I'm gonna be right back.
When last we saw this group of adventurers, they strove deep into the Cormanthor forest, straight into the heart of the ancient elven territory. They made their way to the Starwoods, where suspended above in the tall shadow trees is Eventide Abbey, a ruin from a far ancient elven race of elves.
Oh yeah, we were like up, way up.
You're about 200 feet suspended above the forest floor in the very tops of these trees that have been woven together by ancient elven magic several centuries prior. 200 feet and a bit more for dwarf.
But you stand on the same point in the floor, so
Yeah, but I have a bit more to fall than you. You will reach the ground before I do.
if anything, your head's closer to the ground than mine is.
True that. That's why we live underground.
You made your way through the ruins of the abbey and fought some will-o-wisps. And then you made your way into an ancient archive and discovered some black pudding. Acidic goo monsters that attempted to eat your armor. And you leveled up to level 6, so yay. Squeak gained. Squeak got better at stealthing and acrobating.
Which is good, because she nearly fell last time.
And rolled a grand total of 2 new hit points.
Woo!
Go Squeak.
It's better than one.
Calderax, what did you pick up at level 6?
At level 6, I got an extra spell slot.
Yay!
I picked up 4 brand banking new hit points. And I got Sentinel at Death's Door, which I gain the ability to impede Death's progress. As a reaction, when you or a creature you can see within 30 feet, if you suffers a critical hit, you can turn that hit into a normal hit. Any effects triggered by the critical hit are cancelled. I can use this number a number of times. Blah 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 blah.
Yep.
Nice.
So screw my critical hits.
Yes, so long as someone's within 30 feet of me.
Amy, what does Malzere get at level 6?
Me?
Little you.
I got 6 hit points. I got a new spell and a new spell slot. I got counter charge, which means I can give everybody advantage for being frightened or charmed, and I've got Mantle of Whispers, so if somebody dies in 33 to me, I can take their shadow and disguise myself as them for an hour. What the silence?
You can do all the shit.
It's basically, it's disguise self, but edgier and kick-ass.
Yeah, it requires having to murder a guy first.
Exactly.
Neff got a bunch more hit points because Neff rolled a natural 10.
She did need them. For some reason.
Barham also rolled a 10 for hit points.
12 hit points now. And I got something that's called Reckless Abandon. Basically, if I reckless attack, I now have 2 more hit points that are temporary hit points while I reckless attack, while I'm raging. So I'm a bit more healthy when I rage and reckless attack people.
Cool.
And
But you know, it's alright.
it's handy.
And I got 1 more rage. I can range more.
And so now you are stood in the ruins of the archive with black pudding slowly melting into the floor.
This place sucks, have I mentioned that?
Yeah, I would second.
Holy crap on a cracker.
Of course it sucks. It's literally built on a tree.
Hey, leave the tree alone. It's the stuff that's living in it that sucks.
I mean, the tree's nice. It's just, you know, all the
Why
shit in the buildings in the tree.
Why can't we just burn the tree?
I mean, I think it's the point we've got to kill this ghosty thing. And so it might not kill it if we just burn the tree down. And I'm assuming that elves probably wouldn't much like it if we burn that tree down.
Can I actually burn the tree? It seems like a massive tree to burn.
Plus, I'm fairly sure it was magic made, so I don't even know how that would go. Not worth risking it.
And plus we're in it now, so it's... Maybe next
then.
time. Right, maybe next time.
Maybe next tree.
Maybe on our way out.
I'm gonna have a look out of this door then.
That door. Does that door have a door in it? It does. Now it doesn't.
I have a look.
A large branch stretches out into the tree canopy but ends in only empty space. There is a stillness here.
A good stillness or a bad stillness?
Tranquil. It's peaceful and restful.
Okay. Actually, preemptively, since I have a feeling we're going to be around for a little while longer, I'm going to cast a spell.
Okay.
It is this spell.
Interesting.
You see nothing at the moment.
I inquire. There's talcum powder in this one?
Apparently?
Interesting.
I mean,
I was
silver, yeah, but
Talc
I'd
is a
like to
clay
imagine
mineral composed of
like to
hydrated
imagine-
magnesium silicate.
anyway, we were saying anyway.
I like to imagine that just Malzere got so pissed off at all the invisible creatures that were attacking us last time that in his fit of rage he just developed this spell literally within the past few minutes.
Just the stress. But
It's just like, if I look hard enough, they might appear. And he just looks off into the ethereal plane.
Let me see if Barum understands anything that is going on in Malzure at the moment. No! I'm not at advantage. Why am I at advantage? Yeah, that's about right.
No,
I
you're
like to imagine-
not sure.
No. I like to imagine, because like the thing is that the whole of Malzore's backstory details the reason he became a bard is that he literally just picked up a lute one day and just already knew how to play it. It's just every he's kind of picked up, he just picks up, he doesn't learn it, it's just like, oh, this is a thing.
Oh, I can do this now. Sweet.
So Barum would look at Malzure looking into the distance without any like kind of purpose and be like, "Are you wanting to have a shite or something?"
Waffle Man says, if I look hard enough, they might appear. Makes sense.
Privacy guy.
Hey, mate! I'm
No, no,
fine.
you do you. You do you.
I don't want to do me, I'm fine. Let's just keep going.
Next door.
Next door.
You know, Malzure. It's fine. We're all people with needs.
I slap you with my tail.
Squeak says, friend. Low chairs and small side tables have turned dry and nearly petrified over years of disuse. A large empty bookcase against one wall has partially collapsed, blocking a door behind it. Another door opposite you leads out of the trunk.
Ooh. That's the
So,
13.
this door is currently blocked.
Alright. First of all, I will investigate.
I love how we all wait for Malzure to discover all the enemies in it we enter.
Yeah.
Sorry, do that again. There we go.
There we go. Just add the two numbers together. That's how that works, right?
Yeah, clearly.
I didn't know 11 minus 3 was 2, but okay.
There doesn't seem to be much here. With that level, though, I will let you notice that you've got like a blob of black pudding still on your shoe.
Do you just hate me?
Yeah, I do. You've got a black pudding blob still on your foot,
What? What was that there?
and in the goopy bit that is still on your shoe is a little silver bracelet.
Ooh. I take it.
Second breakfast.
Black pudding on your shoe. Look, extras.
There's black pudding on my shoe. I'm so confused.
You must have stepped in it.
Because GM, okay? Don't ask questions. Or you might
Does-
end up with like pudding in your hair.
Is it a normal silver bracelet?
Yes. It's
I will put.
it's covered in a bit of goop at the moment, but it'll probably wash off.
I'll clean it off with my cape, and I won't put it on because I'm wearing gloves. But I'll pocket it. Bracelet.
How
Thank you very
many
much.
how many shit do you have pocketed in your inventory right now?
Right. Would you like me to read the list?
Just a random number between
right.
1 and 1,000 million.
I'm gonna Alright, I'm gonna miss off, like, the starting gear. I'm just gonna say all the trinkets I have. I'm gonna...
Place your bets, guys.
Oh,
That sounds like an number, John.
25.
Wow.
I want to know, is that more or less than there are locks of hair in Barham's?
I'm counting that now.
Well, that's the thing, like, Malzare, you know, likes his money, but above anything else, he's a treasure collector. Like, he'd only sell some if he was desperate, which is why he sent some of the trinkets to his parents to say, you know, if you want to sell these for money, you can. And then he found out that they're not even living in the shed anymore, so it's like, well, that was a bit fucking pointless then. And
I feel
now
like-
you knew.
I feel like Tanny might have taken offense to the sneeze. John.
Yeah, I tried to say something, but it kind of just happened. I turned away from the microphone.
Alright, what? Why don't
Amy,
you all-
you
What?
said 25 or 24?
25.
Ah, I got 24 locks of hair. Different locks of hair. Didn't count the ones I have in multiple.
Alright, why don't you guys all move that bookshelf and I will look through here.
Bookshelf?
There is a bookshelf blocking a doorway here.
Oh, that's a bookshelf. I've never seen one.
Have you ever seen a book before?
Oh, hey, of course I've seen a book. Nephryn was reading one.
Alright, I look through this door.
Squeak comes into the room at that and says, "Nephryn's so smart."
Why Nephryn?
She was reading a book.
I mean, I'm smart too. I know how to just about.
Malzare also smart.
Why, thank you, my darling.
Barham,
Yeah,
do you wish to roll me a strength check to move the bookshelf?
am I the only one to move it?
I will support with that. I haven't got the strength to.
So do I roll at advantage?
Roll with advantage.
Yeet.
Apparently it won't matter.
Oh my god! That was a nat 1 and nat 2.
Yeah.
You heave, but the bookcase is firmly wedged.
Alright. There is only two solutions here. Either I use this.
Hey! Neff just leans on it and it slides out the way.
Or you do that.
Sorry, Barham, I just had to give it a try.
Now, Barham, real quick, roll me a nature check.
Nature check.
Nah, never mind. I was
Does that confirm your theory?
No, I was really hoping you'd just get a natural 20 on it.
On nature, I'm never going to get a natural 20.
Well, you can, it would just be a 17.
No, I'm never going to get a natural 20 on nature.
Alright, I look through this.
Also, that's that, and that.
What are you doing?
I will remove this bookcase from the earth.
He's taking offense to it.
You sink your swords into the bookcase and just sword twice into the bookcase. And just the bookcase that has now moved completely out of the way and is no longer blocking the door just slides neatly into 4 pieces. Tunk, 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 tunk.
There we go.
So, Malzare. Malzare. The thinnest branches
Oh,
you've seen... The thinnest branches you've yet seen since ascending into the Abbey reach out over an empty space towards a third shadow top ahead of you. The branches fork into two narrow paths that converge again as they near the far trunk.
Oh.
How far
Okay.
can we step out and be safe in that space, John? Because they can't. Are they thin straight from the door, or is there a bit of?
There's a little bit of a thick, sort of 2 or 3.
All I'm thinking is, can we step out into it safely and see if there are other options?
Yes, until it branches out, they are fairly thick.
Branches out.
Yes.
I'll step out and see if I can see anything.
Make me a perception check.
I would love to do that. Oh, I was clicking H then. Whoops.
You can see that it would be possible for you to split the party and go down half down one path and half down another. And as long as you split the groups evenly, you should be fine.
But
Evenly
there's
between
5 of
5
us.
people.
5 people, John.
Yep.
I mean,
Well-
4.5, I'm still a dwarf.
well, how about because I'm going to assume that Malzare and Squeak are probably the lightest here.
What about looking over this way, though?
Similarly, there is another branch over here that stretches out to the same tree.
There is, but I like this path.
Any stronger?
It does.
Okay.
It-
Interesting.
fine.
We've got this door to look in anyway. I want to know.
It also, what can you see of it from there? No, you can't see that. Yeah, no, that there's just another branch here that... Why is the bard's strength 19?
Because reasons.
Because gloves, I think. Yeah,
Gauntlets
I
of
think gloves.
ogre strength.
Yeah. I don't know why Malzare of all of the people asked them, but yeah.
Because you pocketed them as well.
It wasn't nailed down, so you took them.
Why do you think?
I'm pretty sure they were offered to everyone and no one else wanted them.
I said that I wanted them if no one took them, and Malzare took them.
Because it makes your strength a certain amount, so I think it's like
Uh,
it wouldn't benefit.
He'd benefit a little bit.
Yeah, not a lot.
Not
but
a-
I would.
Not as much as the bard, but also... Well, anyway.
So Ray was like using lots of he's doing lots of weapon attacks. He needs the strength.
Yeah.
Anyway, this door that both Neferin and Barham open, desks and lecterns crowd this small room where a number of the Abbey's faithful must have once worked in too close quarters. A closed door stands opposite.
There's no bookshelf on it this time, right?
There is no bookshelf on it.
Can I investigate the room, see if there's anything useful?
You can.
Can I give advantage by helping?
You can.
Because
Can
I
we
got
roll
-3 in investigation. I'm not doing it myself.
Shall I re-roll it or roll it a second time?
Just roll a second time.
Investigation. Well, that helped.
Hey, I helped 1 point.
Yay.
I am going to have a theory. John, did you use the shenanigans just mix everyone's stats so that I suck at strength, Nephrin sucks at investigation?
No.
That's a very suspicious no.
I wish I could do that. But sadly I can't.
Okay, so
Would anybody else like to investigate in this room, or...
I shall enter the room and investigate. I won't do any better, but I will do it regardless.
I will wait.
Investigation 9.
Yeah, see, you won't do any better.
I told you.
You'll do exactly the
You know
same.
what? Just for the lulz, I'm going to roll my investigation.
If you nail this, I will kill you.
Nope. But I
You've been
did the
spared
exact
today.
reverse of Calvarax.
I'll fucking do it.
Please do, because evidently none of us can.
Damn it.
Nope. You guys explore a room. There's a lot of desks in here. There's a lot of desks. It looks like a well worked in room. It would be tight quarters if you had to work into it.
Oh, well, I'd rather not. So I'm gonna go through the other door and leave you chuckle fucks to your own devices.
Yep, only the cure to the death curse in here.
Yeah, but we didn't find it. Nom nom.
Oi, can I get the cure preemptively? I have a bad feeling I'm gonna contract it in 2 years.
Sorry, Squeak pocketed it already.
So we're going this way?
Yes. Because I'm the leader now.
May the gods have mercy on all of us.
Open sesame.
Barham kicks this door down, apparently knowing that it was blocked on the other side.
What?
Or not, I don't know.
Or just say it was.
It was. It was, and you just rolled high enough to break away the stuff that was wedging it closed.
Suddenly, you see a bookshelf going up.
Just open the door to just this rainfall of papers were once books.
A huge mosaic, Nephirin, Squeak, and Barham. A huge mosaic formed of colourful, albeit flaking, chips of coloured bark covers a 50-foot wide concave-shaped landing shaped into the heart of the tree that you are on. The image depicts a silver-haired elf sitting in silent contemplation, wearing robes of green, grey, blue, and white. A large tome rests in one of the elf's hands and an hourglass in the other. A patch covers one of his eyes and the dim light of a setting sun shining from beneath. A door hangs awkwardly on rotting hinges next to the mural, and a branch path leads out to the right and curves away.
I can't believe Odin Allfather is in this universe. This is elves and they're reading.
Would you like to make me religion checks?
Oh yeah, of course.
You can do it, Barham, I believe in you.
Yeah, with a -3 I can do it. I swear to God, if I know more about elven religion than Nephirin.
Well, come on. You
No.
know that's probably better than me.
But it does make sense that I know nothing of this. What is religion?
Can't tell us.
Yeah, Squeak did roll high enough to know.
I mean, Squeak is the only one who does
As
find
usual,
out things.
I'll vocalize it.
Cal, do you know anything about this?
Carl's not here.
No way.
Well, shouted through the door.
Suddenly, every enemy in the vicinity knows there's a Carl here.
Do you know anything about religion? You do religion stuff. Wanna come look?
But I can't leave this one by himself.
This one, I have a name.
Yes. You do. What is it again? No. I'm sorry, no. Come on, Malzray, let's have a look.
Nope, I'm going on ahead.
Oh, fine. Just don't go running off too quickly. I need to catch up.
Alright.
I can't make out of anything of this.
What are we looking at? What am I looking at here? What am I looking at? What am I...
There's a mural. Roll me religion.
Watch me fail religion.
Hey! Never
You
mind.
failed it.
It's probably not enough to get anything.
Yeah, you failed it.
You got worse than Squeak, so yeah, it's fine.
You touch.
Well, it's a pretty floor.
You touch the mural. And
Who?
Calderax.
Okay. Oh, because he walked out and stood on it. I see.
And a elf floats through the floor.
What?
Well,
Hello.
hi.
Hello.
Who are you?
Neff walked in.
Well, I am Bertram Fiddle, and these are my associates.
Oh. Okay.
Why are you floating in the floor?
I was bored.
What the fuck?
Well, good a reason as any, I
Wow.
suppose.
Ghost just came out the floor. Come see.
No, not dealing with any more ghosts today.
But this one's a visible one!
Don't give a shit.
I am Kessimus.
You're Kessimus.
I was the caretaker of Eventide Abbey.
Well, Kessimus me, please, mate.
Okay. Well, love what you've done with the place?
It's been a while.
Judging by everything, yes, it has.
Been rather overtaken by beings.
Do you
And nature itself.
do you know how long it's been?
Several centuries minimum, I believe, was said.
We
Oh, shit. No.
Malzray, roll me an athletics check.
Oh, fuck my life.
And get back here.
Yay.
You?
Were they so distracted by running over the thin branches that they just
Yeah.
ran over no trouble?
That's when they realize how precariously thin they are.
Sorry, carry on.
Well, we've got this thing going on now. We couldn't possibly.
No, we're typing it. Go on.
We It is it's good to see that the candle of faith has not yet burned out completely. Why do we stay at this abbey if people aren't visiting anymore?
Well,
I'm sure more people would visit if it weren't so dangerous.
it's not been safe. So, we are seeking someone here.
Yes.
I can't remember who they are. As out of character, I cannot remember.
One moment.
I'm afraid I need to be reminded by the voice in the sky of who we're looking for.
Oh, wise voice, do tell us.
We're looking for a Mira Frindwil.
The knight of the abbey, she remains bound to the inner temple, and she points to the third tree.
Of course, it's the third tree. Okay. Have you had any interaction with her recently, or have you just know she's there?
I just know that she's there, really. It's... The safest way to go is across this bridge.
This one?
Um,
I have this odd feeling that it's marked with a 15.
yes, this one that feels like a 15.
Feels like a 15, this one.
But there are protections on the inner temple to ward off non-elven intruders.
Well, someone's fine. Looks at everyone.
You will also be okay if you use the passphrase, "I walk the long path of wisdom."
I walk the lonely road.
I walk the long path of wisdom.
It allows safe passage to the temple.
Of wisdom. Fair enough. Is there anything else you can tell us that might help? I mean, vaguely?
You seemed...
Bad cough you've got there. Strange for a ghost.
Odd, yes.
You're not a ghost at all, pulls off the mask.
Nah, that was just old man Wiggins all along. I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you and your meddling Kenku.
Oh my god. Dude, if we initiate a fight, one of us is gonna fall off.
Nah, we're not really fighting, we're cat fighting more than anything.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you seemed interested in this mural.
Well, it's an interesting mural.
This is Lavalas Inorath, the elven deity that we pledged our servitude to. He is charged with overseeing the elves' long lifespan and also their fate upon dying. And it is...
like the guardian of your underworld as well.
Yes.
Well, afterlife, sorry, underworld is a bit... usually negative connotation.
It is fair to say that he has not yet seen fit to release us from our vigil. There must still be something that we need to do here. Are your friends okay? They're getting awfully loud over there.
They're,
I don't know. They're probably going to fall off the tree in a little bit, so I'll have to then go down and resurrect them.
That sounds painful.
I can bring one of them back, technically. We then need to go and get diamonds for the other one. So, you know.
I
It
think
should just be a real bother if they were to just fall off the tree and all just die, because it would be really awkward.
I think we had better head over there, but perhaps...
Well, we need to drag them over here, because apparently this is the correct way, even though that way apparently goes to the third tree as well. But
They both go over there, but this one is more solid.
And they're having a fight on the one that's not solid. Of course they are. Of course they are.
I think that's the summary of our whole group.
So, if you'll bear with us a moment, we must go and prevent our friend's untimely death.
Perhaps you could meet us over the other side in case there's any other use, any other information.
I
You
can't
could
go
get.
into the inner abbey, I'm afraid.
Oh, that's a shame.
I will remain here if you want to know more later.
Yes,
Okay.
if we can drag those two back over here, then we'll inquire some more.
So, which way are we going?
Well, we're gonna go and drag our friends back first. Come on!
Well, they've already got over there. So,
It's either we go across the bridge where we're safer, but then those two don't know where we are necessarily, or let's see if
Okay.
they even notice anytime soon. So now I've got to get over this somehow with my.
right. Before you go, Neff is going to tie a rope around you. Essentially with the idea that if you fall, it will catch the fall. And
Fair enough.
it will be between her and Squeak to pull you back up, rather than you hitting the floor.
Fair enough. I am going to gingerly edge my way.
Squeak will stand at the edge and brace with the rope.
Yeah, it's also been looped around a branch, this end at least.
And at this point, I think Barum and Nazwe would not have realized that the others are coming because they're still
Yeah.
basically arguing so loudly.
Well then, time to try and break this bullshit up.
Oh my god, that is such a Calderex thing that Mallory just said.
I am gingerly and very, very carefully shuffling through this very, very narrow path. That is what I am doing.
Okay.
I'm getting over here.
Oh, you were just bruised all over the face at this point.
What?
What?
Well, whoever we're going to be fighting in that big building in front of us surely knows we're here now.
And?
I was trying to be stealthy, it was his fault.
Oh, shut up!
You shut up!
Slaps Nazwe.
Hold on.
Then I just turn to him and be like, so you were saying about us being, noticed.
I know I can do it because you've already made us noticed.
You didn't know that.
Not necessarily, yeah.
We're in a place full of ghosts and other horrible things. They know we're here.
So let's go.
Well, the biggest issue I have, other than the rest of our friends being on the other side of this horrible precipice, is the fact that I have no spells left.
I do.
Oh, good. Off we go.
What?
Well, I can't heal anyone. So off you go. Go and defeat this big evil in this fucking tree. Go on.
Oh,
But Barum turns to Nazwe. Yeah, go and defeat it.
You know, Mister, I'm going to go wandering off on these fucking trees by myself. Go on. Go ahead. Go and kill it. Go on. You know you can.
Yeah, he's right. You goat-faced fucking
alright,
purple
call
goat.
it out one more time!
Goat-face.
I just shove you.
God, don't make me shove you back.
I shove you very fucking hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bear with me while I check out the rules for shoving really hard.
That should be a strength, I think, or an athletic.
That's not going to be right.
There is definitely rules for not necessarily called shoving really hard, but
Quick, is it you or me first?
first, she says questioningly.
Well, we've both got to get over here.
Squeak points to the other set of branches.
But this side's got a rope, and if those ones get off it...
Squeak shrugs.
I'm probably going to get off it, but not the right way.
Malzare,
Yeah.
can you make me a athletics check? And Barum, can you also make me an athletics check?
I'm probably gonna fail. Yep. Let me guess, I fall.
He pushes you 5 feet.
So, if it's
Right
which
into
way?
counterax.
Which
And
way?
he's gone.
Which way are you pushing him, Malzare?
I just shove him right into Cal, yeah.
I go back then.
Calderax,
Yes?
can you make me a dexterity saving throw, please?
No, probably not.
Did you tie off the rope? You did, did you?
Oh shit, you did!
No. Well done.
Can I try and catch him?
Yes.
What do I do?
Dexterity saving throw.
That's not gonna work. I've got a 0. But I'm gonna try.
Don't never say never!
Did the rope make any difference in that or not?
I'm not attached to the rope anymore, I tied it off.
You have it in
No,
your
but
hand.
it is tied between here and there.
But you have it in your hand. I don't think you let it drop.
No, it was
Yeah.
tied that end and tied this end, so it's creating a kind of handrail almost. So it's whether John counts.
I don't know, it's John in the end who can say.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if the rope is still something that you are holding, so Calderax just slips back off the branch and his feet both off the edge of the branch. And you just see Malzare, Calderax, out of sight.
Jaw just drops like, oh.
I love your reaction.
Oh! That wasn't supposed to happen.
I immediately go and see where he is.
I am hanging off rope then.
He is hanging off the rope, just off of the branch.
Need a hand?
Yes, I do.
What do I roll to give him a hand?
Strength. With advantage.
I'm just gonna awkwardly shuffle away.
With
Advantage, yes.
A 10. I can't roll strength today.
Apparently not.
Apparently none of us can roll anything today, so...
Yeah.
Apart from me and strength.
I did roll 1 strength really well, but that was it.
You reach down and you pull him and you strain, and eventually a few minutes pass and you get him back up on the thin branches.
I'm just over here now.
I just, as I'm pulling him up, like, oh my fucking god, you're way heavier than I thought you were.
I stalk past Barum.
No.
Come on, murder him!
Squeak.
Hi? Oh god damn it.
Did it hit?
Yeah, that is because my armor fucking dissolved. Oh! That's quite a bit!
I casted at 3rd level. He
Yeah.
is
I think you're down.
I am down.
The colour just drains from Malzare. And Malzere just collapses backwards.
Oh my god, you dick.
In the meantime, Barum... Go ahead.
And then grabs him by his collar. Do that again, and I won't be curing you. And throws him onto the floor.
In the meantime, Barum just turns to Nefri and is like, everything's fine here. Cal just killed Mal. All fine. Sup.
I need to rest. I cannot even attempt to do whatever we gotta do in that tree unless I rest.
It's not my fault. I went there to retrieve the other apple.
That's why I'm talking to you, because you might see some sense.
Yeah, I'm alright with resting, especially for the other douchebag now. So...
Squeak thinks we should try the other side. I'm inclined to agree. Can you untie that piece of rope and I'll tether to Squeak? So hopefully between us we'll be alright.
So making way back across, I'm assuming.
We're coming over that side, but if you can just untether the rope, then Neff will pull it back and string.
Okay, so you're coming where we are, basically.
But we're going this way, apparently. This was what Squeak wants, so...
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, Neff.
Untying time, I guess? Do I do that? I would do that.
That's cool. You don't have to come very far over, it was somewhere back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's about there.
It's fine.
Untie. Not hentai. Not the same thing.
And yeah, Neff will... She's had a lot of practice with knots, because she's been out in the wild a lot. She will have a slip knot this end on a branch somewhere, where it starts to get thin, which I assume is somewhere maybe more up here.
Yeah, somewhere around here.
Okay, so she will head up to here very carefully and tie off somewhere on here a loop. Squeak's going to be tied to one end and Neff is going to be tied somewhere along there as well. And hopefully between them they can brace each other, and if not, they're still attached to the tree. Hopefully.
In theory.
I don't trust my rolls.
Barum's just like, I believe in you guys.
Technically, Nefrin is leader.
Technically, Neff knows how to tie up knots.
I just go to Malzure. Happy now?
He looks terrified.
Nah, you're happy now.
I would like to sleep for one of nights.
Yeah, same, Squeak, same. Suddenly, Malzere developed a dread of heights.
Yeah, good plan. Let's do that.
While you do that, I'll just describe what you see as you've got to this other side. These double doors depict depict words. They have pictures on them. The cyclical phases of the sun, dawn, noon, dusk, and midnight. They appear well maintained, showing no sign of decay. Who amongst you guys reads Elven?
Not me.
Turns to Nefrin.
Yeah, Neff.
Nefrin and Squeak, I believe.
Does Squeak? I can't.
I mean, Squeak.
Squeak reads a
Squeak
lot of languages.
reads
Yes.
Everything, but just can't say it.
Precisely etched elven letters declare this the entrance to the fane of the last sun.
Cool.
At this point, Neff will mention that they were given a phrase. She won't yet mention what it is in an attempt to stop them from going inside. Just because she's seen the chaos that's been going on.
Hey, that's just Mal, not me. I am going inside.
We need to wait, regardless. We need rest.
So long rest, I assume?
Yes.
Works for me.
Says
Himself against the door.
Squeak and lays down on the floor.
Props myself against the door as well, just in case we need to block it for some reason.
Yeah. Neff is going to tie up the door handles together. I assume that's a thing she can do.
Yeah, you've got rope.
Just to delay anyone trying to get out if the doors go the other way.
I mean, if it's a ghost, it won't really matter, but...
No, but if there's something slightly more solid, it might.
like black pudding.
Can they get under doors?
Well, they can go through doors.
Details.
20 foot cube.
Give me my
Ooh.
spell slots back.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Ooh, 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 ooh. So there was a. How does pass without trace work, John?
It is a spell that you cast, and then for 10 minutes, everybody that is within 30 feet of you has a plus 10 to stealth checks.
Ah, sweet. Okay.
I'm gonna go
Pretty sure,
Awesome.
here.
pretty sure pass without trace is an hour.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
It
it's
would-
fucking useless.
Yeah, it wouldn't be worth it. Anyways, let us slumber.
Are we taking watches or?
I'd assume so.
Yep. Neff will happily take first.
I can take it with you if you'd like.
It is for an hour!
I assume that Malzero wants no watch with Cal at the moment.
No!
Yeah, okay.
So that thing I said, Sean, but hour instead of 10 minutes.
Okay. Cool. I just suddenly realised that I don't actually know how it works.
It's a pretty cool spell, but
It's also really useful if the rest of the party remember that you have it before they run off and do stealth.
Right?
Yeah.
because they have to be a certain distance from you when it's first cast.
Not like a certain TOA group who always fucks off before I can even activate it.
Yep. Oh, don't worry. It's like it's now that Ventwick knows he's got it and remembers he's got it. It's
Yeah.
you know, everyone in Storm King's Thunder does it as well.
Cool. Well, yes. Rest up, guys.
Props up against the door, looking absolutely furious still. Slips the slip of the slip.
Sloop. Alright, who wants to do perception?
How perceptive am I usually feeling?
I've got a +1.
I've got a 5.
Then I'll give you advantage then.
Okie dokes.
Nice!
The sun sets, and the air is fairly cold. The wind is light.
Yeah.
The night is still.
I just kind of like draw my cloak around me a bit.
Dark and silent.
Stop it!
Neff is enjoying the quiet. You can tell she's quite content and happy to be in the trees.
You stay quiet, but you literally have a motorcycle next to you.
Mallory just looks a bit mopey. Unsure.
What's up?
I'm just I fucked up big time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it's just... I just hate it when he calls me that, you know.
Yeah, but, you know, you did nearly kill him.
Well...
Can you blame him?
Well... No, I mean more with, like, Barham calling me, you know, what he keeps calling me. It's, it just, I mean, no one's ever really been, you know, racist to me for what I am, but it's more that my mum and me and my brother, we couldn't really, you know, get work because of what we were. So just, it just pisses me off, you know?
Yeah, I know. And I know that in reality, he only does it because he knows it winds you up. But I don't think he understands how much of a nerve it hits.
Yeah, it's just... I mean, I know I could talk to him about it, but... I don't know, it just pisses me off.
I mean, I can talk to him if you want.
Would you mind?
I'll see what I can do. I know it's difficult when things come back and remind you of the past, so I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
But we do need to be more careful.
Yeah. I'll say sorry to Cal tomorrow.
It might take him a few days, but I'm sure he'll stop frowning in his sleep eventually.
Sorry.
Yeah, I can totally picture the sulky face of Cal Rex now.
Yeah, it's he did something close to that once, and I didn't think he'd ever do it worse, but inflict wounds is nasty.
Yeah, not a spell I want to be on the receiving end of.
I mean, the first time he did it, God, this was years ago. To be fair, I was coming at him with a knife, so he kind of almost, well, yeah, he did break my arm from smacking it with his... It was like a weird Morningstar stab thing. He just smacked me with it, and yeah, that stung quite a bit.
I can imagine.
I don't know. It's just when he gets scary like that, so to speak. It's scary.
Yeah, there is a lot of power behind his anger with the right.
Well, I mean, I'd imagine, considering who he's been brought up by. I never met them, but from what I heard, his grandparents were pricks.
Yeah, it's It's feasible that it had an impact, but I guess at some point we all have to choose our own being.
I know, and I try. It's just hard to break old habits, you know.
Yeah. It's a long-term thing that gets worked on. Believe me.
Yeah. Well, I'll still try then. The end!
NC.
And your watch passes the tree shaking slightly from snoring. I don't know.
Is John running out of battery?
Snoring in Dwarven. Who is taking the second watch?
I know slip.
How long are the watches?
They would be typically about
It's like 4 hours each.
4 hours.
And Neff needs 4 hours?
Neff only needs to sleep for 4 hours.
Okay, so if Neff takes the... Is it 2 or 3 watches total?
Typically it would be about 3.
Yep.
Okay, so if Neff does the second one as well,
I can do second.
unless... How does it work if Cal gets woken up midway through?
It
and
still
has-
It's fine as long as it's not a lot of strenuous activity.
Yeah,
Okay.
so long as I'm like sitting.
I mean, because alternatively I could do a watch with Squeak or something, and then Cal and Barham could do the last one. Don't know, how perceptive are you pair feeling?
I mean, I'm pretty perceptive. Question. I'm pretty wise, which adds to my perception. I'm not actually got perception, so I got a 5 in perception.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just going to say this, and this will remain as a rule for anything. Any intelligence, wisdom, and charisma, you count me out immediately. Dexterity, you don't even think about it. If you got constitution and strength, then you call me up. That's the only thing.
Okay.
Except it is today, in which point none of us actually do what we want to do.
Except Roll20 hates me today, and apparently everyone today, so that.
Yeah. I'm happy either way.
So, Cal, do you want to take second watch?
I shall take second watch. So, gets up and goes like this thingy.
And
Neff shuffles into the middle of the branch to sleep.
Malzray beds down.
Yeah, he slept.
So, is it Barham or Squeak?
Or are you taking second watch, Neff?
No, Neff's sleeping, but so who's the second?
Squeak will take it.
Cal?
Oh boy. Time
So-
for counseling with Squeak.
Squeak will give you advantage.
Actually gives me advantage, even though I probably won't be able to roll for shit. So, perception. Yeah, 19.
See, you're lucky you had advantage now.
Yeah. So just kind of stands awkwardly with Squeak.
Squeak looks up at you and says, in your voice, "Would you like some company?"
Yes, I'm not gonna go that way with it. Yes.
I am a friend.
You are a friend. You are. And, yeah. So, I only died today.
Yes. Are you all right?
I'm fine.
Really?
I don't much like being shoved off of branches several hundred feet in the air. But I shouldn't have done what I did to him. And now the police are coming for me. So I'm afraid I'm gonna have to. They're taking me away now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Useless
Somehow they've got a
wanker.
helicopter.
What, Malzray?
Yes.
No. He gets worked up easily.
Yes.
And sometimes doesn't think about his surroundings when he's worked up, evidently.
Nailed it.
But either way, I shouldn't have done what I did. It's not excusable.
Kill him.
I already hurt him.
Squeak's got no chill.
Squeak is confirmed possessed by the demon.
Yeah. It's... I've made him suffer enough already. I didn't need to do that to him.
You can't possibly be serious.
It's so it's cold up here, huh? And it starts it immediately shifts to just random small talk.
Rainy today.
Rainy today, yeah. Someone please save us from this very awkward conversation.
No, we're all
No.
snoring. You're on your own.
What, you're going to be here for the I'm going to have to make up random small talk for the next 4 hours.
Yes.
At some point, Neff will have taught Squeak something about Byram and snoring like a buzzsaw.
What's a buzzsaw?
Magically
Shrugs.
powered saw blade that just spins real fast. Technology.
Sounds like a gnome would make.
You always think of everything, Neferin. You smart.
We're not going to stop her talking to you.
Squeak will put her hand on your shoulder, Calderax, just as it's getting towards the end of the shift. When I saw you, I knew I had to stay. To be fair, Cal, the Kenku saved your life.
Is utterly perplexed.
And then Squeak walks away. I have my own fun.
But it's like being in an episode of Cowboy Bebop.
I count that as a victory.
Next watch!
I could get diseases.
Not be careful.
I just love how random all the sentences from Squeak are.
It's like when you talk to a toddler and they're just like, and you're like, yeah, I know, right?
They said what? How dare they?
Anyway, next watch! Like, gently shakes the people who are going to be on watch awake.
That'll be Neff and Byram?
Yes.
Shaky, shaky, shaky. Shaky,
You're-
shaky, shaky.
Yawns in
Right.
Dwarfish.
It's like a very guttural yawn. Just harsh. I think that was a Wookiee.
Yeah, that was
Very similar.
Okay, so Byram actually snores like a giant killer beehive.
Ah,
That's
there
the
we
only
go.
thing Nef's got for reference.
Fair enough.
Sets down.
Going to wander over to this side so that those people can sleep. I'm assuming Mal is completely unaware of the shift over.
Yep.
Cool. So, did you sleep well for being in a tree?
Not comfortable. I don't like being so high.
It is unusual, isn't it?
Because the tree keeps moving with the wind. It's like sleeping on a boat in the skies. Could you even believe that?
Yeah. But don't you find it slightly soothing, just that slight rock?
No, I would throw up everywhere.
Fair. But it's what I've grown up knowing, so
So it's freezing
I quite
cold
like it.
here.
yeah, that generally happens with being outside and high up.
Yep.
How intelligent is Barum feeling? Or more, how is it perceptive? I don't know. Neff is considering saying something, and it's whether Barum picks up.
Barum, make me an insight check.
First of all, I think we need to do the perception for the watch, no?
Technically.
I shall.
Isn't
I'm
that- isn't-
advantaging this.
Isn't that the whole point of a watch?
Necron will be advantaging.
Yes, it's safe to assume that indeed an insight you asked.
An insight check, yes.
Prepare for a magic fail.
Yes.
Fair.
Barum, you don't pick up on any signals that Neferin is sending.
No, Barum's just like looking in the distance and just like muttering dwarvish songs.
So you're just looking slightly green into the distance. Just focus on the horizon. It's okay.
No, he's focusing mostly on the sky than the ground.
So, I had a chat with Mal whilst you guys were sleeping, and you can, like, anyone else would be able to see that Neff is figuring out how to word it, but Barum just has no idea. There's just random blanks.
Barum isn't looking.
Barum isn't looking, and Barum is just assuming that you have forgotten what you were saying, so...
You know how you call them names?
What names?
The, Mal struggles with the names that you call him, because it reminds him of past difficult times. That's why he reacts as strongly as he does to
Mal
some.
doesn't like being called Mal.
Mal is quite happy with being called Mal. Mal doesn't like being referred to as Goatface.
Why not?
It links back to difficult times in his past, not being able to get jobs and work. So it would mean a lot to me and to Mal if perhaps you could swap it out to something else. I'm not saying...
What does it have to do with anything about him being a good face?
You can see Neff biting her lips slightly, just like...
Barham continues to not pick up on this subtle clue.
He picks up that there's a problem. He just genuinely doesn't understand why Goatface is a problem.
Because it points out his difference to other people, a difference that growing up stopped him from being able to get out of the circumstances he was in with not having money. It's a difficult reminder.
You lost me.
You're talking to Barham. Speak
I will.
plain.
I will put it bluntly. Pick something else other than Goatface for your insults.
It's not an insult.
It is to Mal.
He called me dwarf. I call him Goatface. I call him what he is.
Just
Pick
see-
up, stupid.
No. Fine. If that's how you want to play it,
Uh-oh.
then you will have to deal with whatever comes back from Malzere, but don't be surprised if things don't turn out well. My suggestion is you pick something else.
Are you threatening me?
I'm not, no. I'm just warning you.
I don't see the difference between a warning and a threat.
The difference between something I would do and something that might come to you via someone else.
So you're telling me that there is a problem with me calling him Goatface, but there's no problem with him calling me stupid?
I'm more than happy to take that up with him.
No, don't. I know what I am. I know I'm not smart like you guys, with your big words and your big thoughts. But at least I have the courage to face it.
It's just a suggestion.
You
so
can
that
see that
people
Barham
don't
is...
get pushed out of trees.
You can see that Barham is now legitimately pissed off at a level that is not rage, but like deep wound pissed off.
I don't like that you get called it either. But equally, I don't like the fact that Mal struggles with it too. So perhaps we can come to some middle ground arrangement where neither of you use any terms to that effect.
But if you want a middle ground, you have to put a leash on him. I've spent so much time trying to save his fucking ass. Never got a word of thank you. I literally spend my days running after him every time he's into a fucking new room and get instantly killed by anything in it.
And I think you'll find we're a group in this and we all do that. It's something that we do need to speak to them about. But equally...
He never listens to me. He thinks I'm too dumb. I might be small, I might be not smart, but I too have some problems in my life. And I'm not hiding behind them. Now, if Malzere has a problem with me, he better speak up to me, and I'll ask you to do it. Understand that you're doing it for him, and it's probably very, very friendly thing that you just did. But I'm sorry, if Malzere doesn't man up and comes to me, I'm not going to do it.
It was more of an attempt just to make sure that we got back down to the ground safely.
I'm not going to kill him if that's what you think, and if he tries to kill me, well, he's welcome to try.
No, but if his reaction sparks a knock-on reaction that pushes Cal out of a tree again,
I'll make sure Cal is nowhere near
that
a tree then.
doesn't happen. So all I'm asking is, until we're down on the ground, can you please be careful of it? Much the same as I will have the same discussion with Malzere.
Don't
just
have it.
want
I
us
don't.
all on the ground safely.
I don't want you to have the discussion with Malziri.
Fine.
But because you're a friend, try to be a bit more sensible. You better not push me, though.
The problem is, as you know, between the pair of you do push each other. So the chances of him doing it without knowing that there is any issue.
Oh, he knows full well.
I don't know whether he sees it's quite as big of an issue as it is. Whether he does and doesn't see it, it could be either, but maybe it's worth trying to figure out some sort of middle ground. Because clearly what's going on at the moment isn't working, especially for the fact that we're in a tree.
Come on, it never works. Might be in our castle underground in a fucking tree in the skies, it wouldn't work.
No, but at least there's slightly less possibility of looks down over the edge, falling all the way down there.
Honestly, from what I've seen with what Carl did, it doesn't need the edge to kill Malzire.
I mean, can you blame him? He did nearly die.
Did I say I believed him? There's moments I just want to drive my sword through his skull.
Oh look, suddenly the spiders.
Yeah, they're very active at this time of night.
All I want
Talking
is
about-
for us to get back to the ground safely. What happens beyond that, we'll see.
Duly noted. Talking of Mal and Cal,
Yeah.
I assume you've noticed it?
Yeah.
Got any big plans for it? Any big talk to do?
Not at this point, but
Well, think about it, because this is plain on stupid now.
I mean, you're more than welcome to attempt.
Remember when I threw him into the horse drinking spot? That was my attempt.
Fair. I don't know. We'll see. There's plenty of conversations that need to be had in this group, clearly.
Yeah. I don't even understand why we're still in this together, honestly.
It is a bit of a mismatched group. But
Mismatched.
In a weird kind of way, we've at least made it work.
We're literally a bird, a pointy-eared person, a half-man, and two people who looks like goats. And you're saying mismatched?
I was more meaning personalities, but
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that's that too. Yeah, I assume so.
either way, we will do the best we can to make it work for now.
Until one of us kill the other. That's bound to happen.
Only if it's allowed to get that far. And let's hope people are more sensible than that. Or at least have the ability to reverse it.
I just would have hoped that Mal would have been a bit more, friendly and respectful with me.
I mean, as far as the goat face comments, you could say the same in reverse.
He called me stupid first.
And you just called generically...
Galderax.
Never mind. Either way, something needs to change. But we need to get down from here first.
And with that, the sun rises.
Right on cue.
I wake up.
In the morning I wake up.
Oh no! What are you doing with the bracelet? I'm ski with the woo. I don't need any more heartbreak today, please. No.
Rise and shine,
Wakes up!
person.
Squeak stretches. Eggs and
Morning.
bacon.
Yeah.
Oh,
I wish.
I wish.
oh my neck. Ugh.
So, now can we go through the door?
Not yet.
Oh.
Turkey time first.
No, what time?
Turkey time!
Eggs and
Ugh.
bacon.
We're not cooking eggs and bacon on a tree.
Can I have the apple, please?
I'll eat my own apple. What are you doing? Okay, I'm just like, what are you doing? Can I help you?
I'd like a word.
With me?
No, with the guy behind you.
Just like looks and just.
Yes.
Is this gonna be some trick thing again?
Trick thing.
You know what? Let's just see how it goes. Goes half word.
Goes over here. About yesterday.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize you were that close behind him. I didn't realize you were full.
Well, yes. I accept your apology.
You do?
Yes. And I apologize for doing what I did.
Okay.
Wasn't excusable. Either way, I apologize.
I get it, mate. The whole never fuck with a Grey Castle rule, and voice in your head. Yeah, I get it.
Well, wasn't really King of the Great Castle. Either way, we have a undead person to fuck around with in this room, so...
Oh yeah, shit, I should probably cast the spell thing again, which I just realized I could do the other day. Yeah, doing that.
Yeah, let's do that thing. Ooh, hi guys, what's happening?
Oh, I love these two.
When Caldrax and Mazra just come back, the Baron just looks at them like shrugs and continues drinking.
What are you drinking?
He's drinking his dwarven brandy. He still has like 9 bottles of it.
Nice. Drinks his water flask or something.
Sucks up the H2O.
Yes. Yes, he does. Essentially.
And now FPF is banned from Twitch.
Could you not?
What, the sucking or the going into the room?
The banning from Twitch would be great.
Oh.
Right,
Wait.
are we doing this bullshit or are we still got things to do?
Let's do it!
Let's finish this, says Nefri.
What am I acting as though this is the finale?
Before
Because this is the last of the tree chants.
Fair enough.
before we head in there, remind me, Malzere has the coin still.
Yes.
Cool.
He does.
I will look at the coin.
Before the
Madness
doors,
level 2.
before
Oh,
the doors
yes,
open,
actually.
Neff will actually tell people the code to get in. Because you guys are going to need it. Neff's alright.
Before
I'm standing within the vicinity of the doors, we're just going to open it for them anyway.
before that,
Before
Oh, and untie the door.
before that,
Okay.
Before
I need to find this page of the book.
It's a wisdom save, right?
I need wisdom saves.
From
All of... Oh!
Everybody.
Oh no!
16, motherfuckers!
And welcome to level 2.
That's like all of us besides him!
Squeak didn't. Yeah,
First
Alex.
one for Neff. No, first one for Neff.
Yes.
So-
You didn't get affected from the last time.
So,
Do I keep level 1 and add level 2, or do I just change level
Just
1?
change level 1 to level 2.
does that mean long-term madness or what? Oh, fucking hell.
Yes.
I'm scared.
So, let's start with Malzere.
Yes!
Let's also get up the rules for it.
Can I just say for everyone, thank the fucking gods we've got a cleric on the team.
And he's rested.
Yeah. Not for much longer.
Well, there's also the fact that I think what the spell you need for it.
Does he not have it?
don't have.
Oh, we are going down.
I don't even have the level for it. It's like a level 4 or 5 spell.
Okay, so, Malzere,
Yeah, it's a D100.
could you roll me a d10 first?
Oh, 10, okay. That's not too bad.
Okay, and now can you roll me a d100?
98.
Malzere, just as you're all getting up to go to the door, just slumps down again
Oh.
and falls unconscious.
Malzere? Yeah. Just goes to him, just like shaking him.
Nope.
I will wait for the other, because what's most likely going to happen is I'm going to have a lot of bullshit occur all of a sudden.
So, Barham, is this level 1 or 2 for you?
2.
2.
Are you asking wisdom out of me? I'm gonna take madness every day. There's no trying it. No.
Barham, as you see Malzere just slump to the ground and Calderak starts shaking him, you go to open your mouth and you can't remember how to speak.
I'll just put that to the fact that I have been drinking first.
So, Malzere, for the next 20 minutes, you are unconscious.
Okay. When I wake up, does that affect my health at all?
No.
Okay.
Barham, for the next half an hour, you can't speak.
Yeah, I wasn't planning to, so...
For the fighter, that's fine. Or the barbarian, even, that's fine.
Nephirin, could you roll me a d10?
1d10.
Okay. And then can you roll me a d100? Oh.
Yay.
Oh.
Oh, what the fuck's happened?
I know what it is.
For the next 2 minutes, Nephirin, you need to use your action to attack the nearest creature.
So Squeak or Barham.
Or both.
Yeah.
Or both.
For the next 2 minutes?
Yes.
So we're gonna have a 2-minute fight.
Yay.
But let me...
That means you'll
When
have
is
to
Squeak
down
getting
you.
the same and they just like have a bitch fight with each other?
So for 3 minutes... for 3 minutes... Oh. Oh. Squeak experiences vivid hallucinations and has disadvantage on ability checks.
Oh, well, we can now roast Squeak for dinner.
So I just witness all the bullshit.
Well, you don't really witness Barham not speaking because he wasn't planning to.
Suddenly just going.
No,
I just
tries.
see Barham gesticulating furiously.
He tries once, but then he drops it completely. Like,
Fair.
Um,
And Squeak trips balls.
so initiative time between ourselves.
I'm gonna go pee then, because I doubt I'm involved in this.
you are unconscious.
Exactly, so I'll go snooze, I'll be right back.
I'm suddenly very happy that Malzir wasn't the closest to Nephirin.
Yeah.
Neff, can you roll me initiative?
I having to roll initiative as well? Or?
Yeah, why not? You're there.
If you want to take part in the fight, yeah.
I mean, I may wish to try and cease the fight. Which will require me having to use a fucking spell.
Nephirin,
Yeah.
for suddenly the creatures in front of you, your friends, blur and distort, and instead of Barham and Squeak stood in front of you, there are orcs. What do you do?
Well, I shall reference the question I just sent you. I like how Squeak replied to that. Oh. Oh, it is as an attack. Cool. Let's do this one.
Who are you targeting?
I guess you probably get to choose that because I don't have control over it.
You get to pick which one.
You get to pick You get to pick which one. It's just that you have to use your action to attack.
I'm assuming Barham's gonna have more chance to take it, so.
Probably.
A 24 will hit Barham.
Oh yeah.
Are you going to explain what that looks like?
So, are you biting or clawing?
Claw, probably.
So Neferin just whizzes round and suddenly her fingers sprout giant
Acid
talon claws that drip with acid, and she rakes them across Barham's face and just leaves 4 gouges across his eyes.
Well, gonna have to update my vision of Barham now.
So, having fun?
I'm getting attacked.
Barham. You wordlessly turn round as...
Instant rage. 19.
Oh. Yeah, that hits.
18.
Yeah, that hits.
So that is 22 points of damage.
And 14 now.
So minus 22 and minus 14.
No, 14 is the last attack.
Oh no, 14 won't hit.
Okay.
Calderax.
That's right.
I am going to have to. I don't want to use a second level spell.
So, I'm gonna be here watching Nightmare Tenants and Slum Landlords.
Just gonna whirl around and see that Neferin is, I'm assuming, looking fairly like terrified or shocked or something at her friends and just suddenly attacking Barham.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I am going to attempt to hold person.
Okay.
So make a wisdom saving throw of a 16.
So just click saving throws wisdom.
Yes.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Your body just tenses. And you can't move.
And just also approach, and then with that approaches, just Neferin, you need to calm down. These are your friends. Friends.
I'm assuming at this point Neff is still seeing them as
Orcs.
Yes.
orcs. So no, orcs. Just put me down.
It won't actually move much closer, but we'll get within vision, like stepping around Squeak. I should have just used lesser restoration on her because that would have worked. Apparently. But alas, I cannot. So I will leave it.
Squeak, as paralysed, Neferin backs away. Does Neferin get to make a save at the end of her turn? Yes.
At the end of each of its turns, you can make another wisdom saving throw.
Neferin, you may, if you wish, try to resist the spell.
I think
You know that it's Calderax that has cast it.
yeah, and I think against orcs anyway, she would, if she was just being held in place, she probably wouldn't provoke them. She'd be looking for a way to escape rather than fighting her way out at that point. So yeah, she would sort of be looking at them very, very cautiously, but would be staying put.
Barham.
Now that's the big question. Because with everything that's been going on for the past 24 hours, Barum is not happy with the group at all.
Oh no.
And he's not happy with Nephrin after the discussion they had this night.
Enough to kill her.
And now she attacked him.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure he's understanding that it's due to madness.
Intelligence.
I'm gonna roll intelligence.
No, we don't want to kill you. We love you.
And I've got perfect neutrality on this.
So are you going to just do something, or are you going to stand there like Winnie the Pooh and just poke your forehead? Go.
Do we consider that it's a win, a 10?
I would consider a 10 enough to work out that Neff isn't in her right mind at the moment. She wouldn't normally just grow claws and attack you.
So he would raise his sword, ready to strike, then think very hard on this, and then he would drop it and just go all the way back here, away from the group.
And the minute of hold person passes, and the 2 minutes of Nepherin's madness passes, and Nephirin is back in her right mind.
She would have seen where Orc, now Barham, went, wouldn't she?
Yes.
Okay. She, as soon as he's gone back to being Barham, she just goes straight over. I'm so sorry. You appeared as an orc to me. Suddenly, you and Squeak were both orcs. I've never reacted like that before. It was madness. But I'm sorry.
I just look at you and can't say anything. Because I literally can't say anything, actually.
We got it.
This quick still, hi.
Neff will
Ripping.
And
Neff.
now still down.
Neff will turn to Cal and just say, "Thanks for stopping me. That was crazy."
Nothing.
And
I
if,
mean, I can try and get these guys back to normal, but it would waste some of my more strength spells to do it.
I mean, we've been pretty safe overnight, so I guess we can see if it wears off pretty quick. Mine went pretty quick, at least.
Just kind of like alternates between Barham when they kind of snap out their particular.
a minute or so passes, and Squeak just suddenly focuses on you guys again.
Like, whoa, man.
Squeak stops waving their feathered hand in front of their face and just focuses on you guys again.
And occasionally going to Squeak to, like, in case she's like starting to like wander and just like wandering dangerously close to edges or anything. He's just like turning her around. damage did he take? 10 damage, didn't he?
Yeah. It won't leave a lasting mark.
Slash. You said slash on the eyes, so I can't see that not leaving a mark. But
It'll leave a mark for a few days, but it will heal.
Unless you want to kick us, Scott.
I mean,
Barum is covered in kick-ass scars.
Oh.
That's the point of Barum.
Yeah, if you keep picking at it, it'll
and
scar nicely. So really, it's your choice.
and eventually, after about 20 minutes or so, Malzare wakes up.
Am I just on the floor?
Yes. Squeak and Calderax are around you.
What? Nap? I just woke up.
Well, you're on the floor now.
Oh. God, I hate dreams within dreams. Gets up.
I think Squeak would have, Squeak was only like a few minutes, wasn't she? So
Yeah, Squeak will have long since been.
So, maintains attention on the Barum. And I can heal that if you want me to. Thumb up for yes, thumb down for no.
Shrugs. He just looks straight at Calderax for the most intense stare contest of 10 minutes.
You know she didn't mean it, right?
Shrugs.
You know Nephrim, she would never do that in her right mind. Claps him on the shoulder and cures all that.
Barum will point at Malzire and then point at Calderax and point at the emptiness behind him. And then shrug.
The fuck?
Can I do an insight to try and figure out? I want to do an insight to see if I know what that meant. 19!
What Barum is trying to say is Mal wouldn't throw you down the emptiness behind me, but he did.
But he didn't. It was an accident.
It was... I know both of you got heated. And I would have preferred not to have been shoved off of a tree. And I'm very thankful for you for pulling me up. But... I know he didn't do it deliberately.
Then just stays there and waits for the thing to finish. Three hours later.
Several hours later. just keep going. So, just to see if he replies, and it makes a noise.
Can I sigh? Is it considered me talking?
No, you can sigh.
So after the 20th time where Calderax say sub, I just
So we're going through the door or what?
About 10 more minutes pass after Malzare comes back to consciousness and Barum can suddenly remember words and phrases.
I just love how Mal's completely oblivious.
as soon as Mal's ready to say, are we getting through the door? He just flips him off.
Alright, well, I'll wait.
We're waiting for the rest of our team to be all copacetic.
And then 10 minutes after...
The fuck does copacetic mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Never mind, waiting for the rest of our team to be well.
Well, we've been up long enough, let's go.
So, approaches door to bar.
I will percept the door to see if there's anything behind it. Also, my invisibility would still be up here. Nice.
What do I do for a potion of healing, John?
It is
2d4 plus 4.
Yep.
I think. Or plus 2, I'm not too sure.
2d4 plus 4, I believe. For a
2d4 plus 2.
Well
It's
written.
2.
2d4.
I can never remember health potions, I never end up getting them.
Well, that didn't do a lot. Never mind.
You have one.
I do have one, but I've never really needed them. I'm either playing something that has enough. I'm either playing something that has enough hit points that I don't have to worry about healing, or something that can heal.
Nice.
So it's 15 back.
Okay.
So the door.
The door.
The door. Gosh.
The door.
You.
Are we wanting to stealth to get a look?
Well, we've been sleeping right next to it, so...
You can't hear anything on the other side.
That must mean there's invisibly things. We'll be fine. Opens door.
I mean, we've got to go in there and. I mean, if everyone wishes to try and stealth, it would be helpful.
Alright. Then
Well-
stealth we shall.
Say, Neff, do you have anything that could help us with ourselves?
Yeah, she kind of just sort of slowly
Flicks her hand.
climbs up and just, yeah. So that is...
Plus 10.
Yeah, plus 10s for everyone.
35.
Does that include myself, John?
Yes.
That's the 13.
Critical fail at 13.
We just all slowly turn to Cal.
What happens with a critical fail that still gets to 13?
Technically...
Nephrin is the leader.
To be honest, technically, it's always been stated in the rules that critical fails and successes don't actually mean anything in skill checks.
Yeah, they're not... Like, I like to see them as the critical fail usually has some negative effect. It doesn't necessarily mean that you've lost the thing. You've just not done it as well. Similarly, a natural 20 will probably mean you pass, but it doesn't guarantee it.
Not necessarily.
Because obviously, like, you might critically succeed a perception check, and there's nothing to see.
Yeah. Or, you're trying to hide from someone who has, like... You're trying to hide from a god, for example, which you can't really do.
So, you open the door, Malzere. The inner temple was designed long ago in the style of an open amphitheatre with tiered rows of curved benches facing a wooden altar. Behind the altar, a huge opening in the trunk of the shadowtop tree looks due west, rising well above the forest canopy below.
Do I see anything?
No.
Wait, like, nothing at all?
Invisible shit.
Actually, no, wait. She doesn't say that. So, yes, you do see something. I was just...
Creeping.
On second thoughts, yes!
On second thoughts, yes, you see this woman.
Son of a bitch.
Is it just me?
At the moment, only you see her, and as soon as you step into the room, she turns and looks at you. Like, literally, the second she flicks around and is just staring at you. And everybody hears...
Don't forget to say the
To the what?
Password.
I guess I have informed you.
I walk the long path of wisdom.
I walk the long path of wisdom.
At last you have come. Long has my vigil been, but not in vain. And at that, everybody else sees the spectral form of an elven warrior shimmer into being 10 feet above the ground.
Oh look, the spectral form of an elven warrior.
Her eyes blaze with fury, looking at Malzere.
Why me?
I swore to defend this abbey, and that oath has now come due. She extends her left hand and catches hold of a beam of light filtering through the leaves from overhead, and as she pulls it back, in her grasp is a glowing longbow.
Well, shit.
Wait, lady, calm down. We haven't come to attack or anything, we're just investigating.
Defenders, awaken! The halls have been breached. The time has come for at last us to drive the shadows from this place.
But I said the password!
I think maybe you had to say it before we entered the room.
Alright, do I see anything else then?
Yeah, we need to kill her.
We need to
That's
kill
right.
her.
Okay. Alright, come on lads, we're gonna stab her.
Okay. Initiative. 5.
Look, Malzere does not have good memory retention, so... God fucking... I forgot to select my token. I'm a slut. That's
Yeah,
better.
I did just the same.
Okay, let me give you your initiatives.
Oh, okay, I got one worse. Yay.
Do I see the other things that are in there? Because I'm assuming that if I do, I can, like, kind of signal to everyone, like, where's where.
Why do we have 2 Nephrins?
Because why not?
Do we have 2 Nephrins?
Malzere, what did you roll?
Do we have 2 Nephrins?
You did have 2 Nephrins.
Initially, I rolled a 7.
I've got 2 Malzeres.
Yeah, same.
Oh, there we go. Now we've got 1 Malzere.
One Malzere is very difficult to control, so 2 Malzere. God.
Yes.
Yes.
We'll come to other things that are in the room in a moment, because they're in the floor right now.
Oh, fuck my life.
They're doing the dinosaur.
Barham.
Yep. Coming up.
Kill her!
I don't think I will be able to, but...
Oh, if
will.
you hit once, it's just, yeah, she's dead.
Rage. And I'm gonna... Talon? Yeah, Talon.
That is a hit.
That is 13 points of damage.
Okay.
That will 17?
That will also hit.
Okay. That is 12 points of damage, either way.
Are you sure that you want to do it two-handed, not one-handed, where you also rolled a 10?
And I'm going to throw myself through it, I guess. With a 10.
You do. You throw yourself through rather ineffectually. Squeak will move into the room and fire a short bow. A short bow, I say.
A short bow, I say!
At the ghost. And that is a sneak attack because Barham is next to him.
Hello. I'm Barham.
So that is a... Well done, Squeak. That is a 15.
That is a well-done squeak.
15.
That is a well-done squeak as the fire trap goes up.
Neff.
bow.
That is a hit. Okay.
And
I'm afraid that one misses her.
Son of a bitch.
She just kind of wafts over to one side. As a bonus action, she disengages.
You bitch!
Uh-oh.
5, 10, 15. And she takes aim at Malzare.
It's always the Malzere problem of, talking to the big guy and then suddenly becoming the target of the big guy.
That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
So that is 16 points of piercing damage as she fires from the magical bow and arrow.
Holy shit. That took out half my health.
And then
And now we fucked.
a wraith floats up through the ground.
Oh, fuck! What?
A wraith.
okay.
Oh, hello there.
That is a 19 to hit, Barham.
Oh, yeah.
So that is 22 points of necrotic damage.
Yeah. 13.
And can you make me a Constitution saving throw?
Thank
Probably
God.
not.
Thank God you're the one being hit.
You're fine. Malzare.
You say, thank God I'm the one being hit. A third of my health just flew away.
Yeah, but still, I'm gonna attack this bitch.
Okay,
Whoosh. Fuck!
that's a miss.
Alright, I'm gonna try again.
That one hits.
So that, and then I'll do Psychic Blades. Still 3D? Yeah, it's still 3D6. Nice!
What's the damage type on Psychic Blades?
It's psychic damage. What do you think it is?
Well, just checking.
On Psychic Blades, what's the...
Just checking. I mean, there's
It's
There's-
leg damage.
Cold Touch that's necrotic. There's Sacred Flame that's radiant.
That's bad.
They're not always obvious.
Alright, and then I will Healing Word myself. If the thing will load.
Maybe.
Level 1. Oh, fuck my life.
The game's saying fuck you.
Game chastising me for being cheap by using first level spells.
Calderax.
I'm going to move here. Yeah. Okay. So we have a wraith on board, huh?
Yes.
Oh.
I'm going to say he would Calderax being of the grave domain, would he know specific things about certain undead and things like not necessarily like exactly, it takes this to kill them or whatever, but he would know that they don't like certain things or something like that.
Yeah, I would say it's safe to say he knows the weaknesses of certain things.
Fair enough. In which case, I'm going to plomp about there, where the arrow begins. I am going to plomp daylight.
Oh.
60-foot thing of daylight.
It's burning!
That spot.
Cool.
Nothing else.
60 foot, way above the
Do I get some brightness out here, or am I?
Yeah,
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I'm good and bright. I like it.
The whole room is.
The whole room suddenly
Yeah,
just...
I'm outside.
And it even comes out the door and... Yeah, Neff is still in the line of sight.
Does that mean my next dodgy shots I can blame on it being too bright?
Yeah, sure.
I have the sun against my eye.
And then I think he's going to have to move up. Because how much movement did I use there? It's probably about... I was at the door. 15. I can get there and get back. So, yeah, I'm going... I won't bother moving, but I'm going to move up behind Malzere and I'm going to cure wounds on him.
Give him a hug.
I'm going to do it at second level.
That's 12.
12.
38.
And then I come back to my spot.
Did you just hug me?
Done.
Varum.
Cal, we're in the middle of battle!
He doesn't hug you, he pats you on the shoulder or something.
I'm joking.
Yeah, he's not using that, so I don't have the choice. I can't do that.
That
23.
is a hit.
That is a hit.
Hit.
Sorry.
14 points of
Perfect.
damage.
Cool.
I assume it's not dead.
Not yet.
18.
That is a hit.
14 points of damage. Is it dead?
Nope, not yet.
And now.
That is a hit. So that's 8.
With 8 points of damage.
He is not dead.
I mean, isn't he already dead?
He's not
Yeah.
dead.
He's
He's not deader.
he's not
Is it?
more dead.
Is he looking fine? Bad? Yeah, I'm probably going to go down then.
5, 10, 15. Squeak will fire a short bow and hits Mienril. Her.
Ghosty ghost.
By the way, did Nephrine have a turn last time?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah,
Shot twice.
shot twice,
I hit.
hit once.
I do remember. I must have completely zoned out.
I rolled the same for damage. I rolled no, I rolled the other way round. Damn it.
Yeah.
Neff.
Hi.
Hello.
Um.
From where you are stood, you can see the wraith.
Yeah, let's go for the wraith. Shall I try? I can't remember if I have a sharpshooter shot.
Could try.
That is minus.
-5 to the attack roll,
Five.
plus 10 to the...
5 to hit, but you get plus 10 damage.
Should we give it a go?
Give it a go.
That's longbow S. No, let's not, shall we?
Well then.
And you headshot Baron.
No, let's not do that one either.
I'm afraid they both miss.
Never mind. Back to.
Mira...
I told you it was bright.
Yeah, the sun's in your eyes.
Yeah, damn the sun.
As a bonus action, Mira disengages.
She is running away like a bitch.
So it's basically Reardon in Lauren.
Yeah. in the fact that she's not like going in and attacking, she's running away and attacking.
Malzere, make me a perception check.
Oh, perception.
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh, 5.
Don't fuck it up.
There we go. 11.
That's a 13 to hit you, Malzero.
Oh, fucking hell, that does hit.
That's 15 points of damage.
Fuck my life!
Isn't that all the HP you have?
And then it's the Wraith's turn. The Wraith...
Wraith, you're...
The Wraith who is loving life right now. Roll...
Nope.
No. No, wait.
Oh no.
Rolled an
Nope.
8.
Yay.
Malzero.
I'm gonna fucking run after her because fuck her. And I will attack again. I hate my life.
That will miss.
Alright, then I'll attack again.
That,
Yay!
that one will hit.
Right, I'll Psychic Blades it again then. Because this bitch need to die.
Just screw her and I.
Right, 3d6. Not bad. And then I will Healing Word myself again.
At level 1
This
again.
time... no, level 3 this time. Are you... I hate this game so fucking much.
Roll20's having a bad day.
Yeah.
I think Roll20 could be someday with the meme with Mario just going like, no.
Nope.
Calderax. Do you want to try something?
I've got that thing there. I've got the old daylight going.
Yep.
The old daylight.
I'm going to move up a little bit.
Can you hold this bitch?
I can't hold her, no.
Oh, fuck.
I can only hold person at the moment, and she is technically not a person.
Nope. She is undead.
That is offensive for the undead community. Hashtag we are persons too.
What can I do to her?
Many things.
I mean, how much did I just move then? It was probably about 10, 15 foot?
15 foot, I think.
15. So, what can I do? I could try, like, guiding bolt and shit, but that's... No, you know fucking what? Bollocks to that.
Okay.
She is going to fucking get the full fucking ire of 6 bolts of magic missile.
Okay.
Forgot
you had that.
So it's... I can never fucking remember. So it's 1d4 and it's an extra 1.
It's 1d4 plus 1 per bolt.
Yeah. So it's be 6 or 7 because it's the first level's 1 bolt already. So it'd be 6 bolts.
First level is 3 bolts.
Our first level's 3 bolts. So, and then it's 1 bolt extra for everyone. So it's
Yes.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So /roll 8d4 plus 8.
Yes. No, plus 8.
Plus 8. 31 damage to her in particular.
Calderax pulls up the wand and just... and 8 missiles just shoot out the end of it. And she just... her form dissipates. And then the Wraith... the Wraith just...
Expelliarmus, bitch.
And then her form coalesces again.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fucking hell.
Uh-oh.
Where did I put her token?
I was about to say, easy.
Oh, look, she's square now.
She's square and
Enjoy
weird,
this.
And
Enjoy this square token for now.
Is she bigger now, or is it just the token?
It's just the token.
Okay.
She sighs, and she lowers her weapon. You are no agents of shadow.
Yeah, no fucking shit!
And yet, I find myself free at last. I know not what you did, or why, or how, but know that I am in your debt. And she comes over to you, Neferin, and she holds out her bow.
Thanks. Just glad you're free.
Thank you. And she guides you safely from the temple. She begins to speak of the terrible changes that have seeped into the forest. I will visit with my great-granddaughter, who set you on this task for no reason other than love and a desire to see things set right. I sense perils, greater perils yet remain for the mortals of the world beyond the forest. Perhaps my vigil is not ended, only changed.
Changed, and I guess by slightly more choice this time.
Yes. I will work out your XPs for this fight later, but first, Neferin, you has a new toy.
Yay.
You have Shadow Song and Oath Bow.
Ooh. Fancy.
Would you like me to tell you what it does here, or shall I take you to the secret room?
Rundown would be cool.
I didn't actually hear the answer because it broke up.
Yes, please.
Yes, done, please.
Okay. Let me get back to Discord.
Ooh. Hello.
Hello. You have an Oath Bow,
Right.
which is a very rare magical item that requires attunement.
Okay.
When you knock an arrow in this bow, it whispers to you in Elvish, swift defeat to my enemies. The bow itself whispers.
Okay.
When you use this weapon to make a ranged attack, you can, as a command phrase, say, "Swift death to you who have wronged me." The target of your attack becomes your sworn enemy until it dies, or dawn 7 days later. You can only have one such sworn enemy at a time. When your sworn enemy dies, you can choose a new one after the next dawn. When you make a ranged attack with this weapon against your sworn enemy, you have advantage on the roll. In addition, they gain no benefit from cover, and you suffer no disadvantage due to being at long range, which you already do yourself.
So that's why she kept going for Mal.
Yes.
I see.
If the attack hits, they take 3d6 piercing damage on top of the damage of the attack.
Okay, that's cool.
However, while your sworn enemy lives, you have disadvantage on attack rolls with any other weapon.
Okay.
So that doesn't affect you after you kill the target.
But you just have to hope that they've not teleported off into the distance,
But
because that'll really screw you over.
Basically hope that they don't leave. Dawn 7 days later.
Yeah.
Or just keep attacking with the bow, because you can keep attacking with the bow without taking disadvantage.
So you can attack other people.
You can attack other people, but you just have to attack with the bow.
I see.
It's with
Okay.
other weapons that you have disadvantage.
Ah, fair.
And we'll go back now.
Get back from the secret
Oh, good
room.
timing.
Hey, we're just back from the secret room.
And
Turns out the bow's actually a Roomba.
And fun times.
right, so can we go?
Go now.
Let's go.
Is there anything else, perception-wise, in this place that might be worth looking for? Have a quick scout around. Neff would have picked up 2 arrows? 3 arrows?
I think you would have got back 3 arrows. No,
Alright.
there isn't.
And
Then
how's
let
this
us-
getting down malarkey work?
You take a...
Do it carefully.
You carefully get back down, and it takes you a few days to get back to Eventide,
I just crash on the bed.
where you return to Elanil, Alessander,
Yeah.
who is happy to see that you have returned successfully.
You could have told us that place sucked.
I'm sorry. I don't know if he's a messenger, has come from your keep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys turn to see Karbak, the half-orc.
Oh! Oh, him! What's his name again?
Master Barham.
Yeah.
He holds out a letter.
For me,
This came for you.
picks up the letter.
And he turns to look at you, Malzare.
Yeah.
This came for you.
Oh.
I
Nice.
I bought you this because I was bringing that for him.
You're too kind.
In other words, you wouldn't have just brought it to him had you not.
No.
Well,
he's,
aren't you feeling loved, Malzar?
he's my follower, not Malzira's.
I know, but you know,
You did good. You did
literally
good.
telling him to his face.
Yeah, you're too kind, mate. Let's read the letters.
Would you like to read the letters? Would you... I don't have the full text of the letters, but I can tell you what they say in a vague sense of the word.
Can you tell me secretly?
Yes.
And then I will selectively reveal what it says to cause mystery and suspense to the story at hand.
Sammy, would you also like that?
I love this game so much.
Yeah, I would very much enjoy a selection of information. around this
Mystery and
letter.
suspense. Cool.
Yes, mystery, suspense, secrets,
Okay.
everything that's been said by creepy witch Amy.
Let's go.
Malzare,
Yeah.
you look down at the letter and it is in a familiar handwriting.
I gathered.
Your brother writes to inform you that he has moved in with your parents for a while. He understands that you've been traveling with Calderax,
Yeah.
and that he has accepted that, at least for the moment, that is a situation that he has no control over.
Yeah.
However, he is understanding that things might be changing between the two of you and wishes to see you at your earliest convenience.
Oh, fuck.
I will now send you back and bring Sammy over.
Alright.
I will never know.
Barham, I don't know what you
Yes.
were in the middle of saying.
I was asking how old was Calvarax.
We'll find out soon. Actually, I can just look on his character sheet. 26.
Huh. Babu.
You look down at the letter, and you don't quite recognize the handwriting.
Yeah.
But you open it up and you read through it, and it is a letter from Theodas, suggesting that in a few weeks' time he is going to take your advice and set out to try and find Renala. And that when that happens, he would like someone that he can trust to keep his home safe.
Okay. Does he specify when?
He says it's probably going to be about 2 to 3 weeks. It's enough time that you can put your affairs into order and travel up to Waterdeep if that is what you wish to do. Maybe get in a little bit of a goodbye chat first. Not necessarily,
No.
not necessarily leave this instant, but
I just imagine him like, fuck you all, guys, I'm out.
But yeah,
Yeah.
in the next week or so, you will need to leave here and travel to Waterdeep to be there for when he leaves, or when he is currently planning to leave. He says in the letter that it's not a firm date. It will be a case of when you get here, he will go. So it's not a be here by then or I'll be gone and everything's wrong, but...
And you will never get the keys to enter the home.
But basically, yeah, he says that you can have the keys to enter the house and a small amount of money to just look after the place and keep it running and guarded while he isn't there.
Okay.
Indeed.
Are you satisfied with that, by the way? Before I go...
I am totally satisfied with it.
Cool.
Deal with the... Oh god, you're back!
I realised I hadn't actually checked that I was done talking to Sammy yet. So I figured I should probably do that.
That's how much my informations were needed.
So they've taken the second, or they've taken the bridge and the second hall, huh?
Of course they did.
Yeah.
Cousin Balin is resting now. So reading.
Yeah. As if anyone's looking at Malzare as he's reading, he kind of just like nearing the end of the letter, he kind of just eyes widen, and he just kind of looks up at Calderax in a bit of a panic, and then looks back down again. Is just like,
Okay.
and puts the letter away.
Oh, I bet that was nothing.
Barum just read his letter, kind of frown at some bits and pieces, then nods and just puts the letter away.
Kind of just looks. Good. Okay.
Aren't you guys glad we have the secret room?
Yeah?
I mean, if we hadn't, you'd just use the Roll20 secret ways.
True.
Just take way longer.
It would.
So,
So yeah, I thank my follower. That I never can remember the name of.
Karabakh.
Karabakh.
We need an
Cool.
entry in the in the journal.
So, Ballroom, what was your letter about?
Why do you want to know?
Because I am curious.
What was your letter about?
Yeah, what was it about? I'm more interested in that one, personally.
Just a word from home.
That you had to look at me panically for.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fine, don't tell me. Either way, your letters are your own business. I shall not pry.
At this point, just Baron's kind of like drifted away from the conversation, just looking outside. He seems to be in a deep thinking.
Do we have an opportunity at all to reply to these letters?
You can write a letter, yes.
I will write a letter.
Right now? But we're not even home.
Yeah, when are we going home?
I presume after we're done here, we'll travel back.
I will still write a letter.
Squeak.
Literally on the spot.
Squeak will come up to you, Barham. Are you alright?
Yeah. Just got to think about some stuff that I will need to do. And I will show the letter to Squeak. Because I know that Squeak can't repeat it if I don't tell her.
She can forge it, though.
Yeah, she can copy it, but she can't repeat it.
You'd be surprised, actually, how much of that letter she can say in other words, but...
In other words, yes.
Yeah, just a weird amalgamation of loads of people's voices.
Which would make the summing of the letter very difficult to follow.
She reads the letter. Family.
Sort of.
You can't possibly be serious.
I have to consider it first, but I might.
Waterdeep.
Waterdeep. I just take back the letter and just say to Squeak, but hush hush for now. Don't want everyone prying too openly.
She places a hand on your shoulder. Hush hush. I knew I had to stay.
He pats her on the shoulder. Well, he tries to. I'm not sure he can reach it. I think he can.
Yeah, you can probably reach up there. It.
If not, like, upper arm.
Yeah.
I just imagine he goes to Nephin. Could you give me a boost?
Instead, Barham does like that hand grip thing that they did at the start of Predator. Just...
Yeah. And I go back to Malzire.
Hi.
Tug, I pokes you.
Can I help you?
So what's in the letter? I'm not Caldrax, you can tell me. And I'll tell you afterwards.
You promise?
Because I'll need your advice on this.
I will tell you, but in secret.
I wonder why you say that.
Squeak just kind of looks, puts her face in her hand, and just looks at Nephirin and Calderax, and just says, "To the pub?"
I'm game.
To the pub!
Neff just shrugs and starts walking.
You guys make your way to a
tavern,
A-
inn, whatever.
A tavern in the Elven Tree that has, as most of Elven Tree has been, is carved out of a tree. And as Squeak enters, she just looks over at the bartender and says, "Bartender, drinks for me friends." Yeah, I don't care what the name of the tavern was, it's now the Root Beer. That's not Discord. So, you guys get bought over drinks, and Barham and Malzere slink off to one side.
Can I just say that I am expecting, as I lean to one side of the table
Table what?
the table will lean with me because I'm that heavy.
So, you want to go first, or should I?
Just looks at you.
Well... apparently my brother wants to see me.
Oh, family visit, is it?
Well... I mean, that would be nice and all, but if I'm doing all this adventuring stuff with you and we live quite far from here, that... it'd be easier if he comes here, but that's gonna cause problems.
Why?
You don't remember?
I do, but why?
Because he doesn't like Caldorex. In fact, he kind of wants Caldorex dead.
Well, that's gonna be two people then.
What?
I mean, you did push him out of a fucking tree.
Okay, I pushed you. I didn't realize you bump into him.
He's taller than me.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Maybe... I mean, I wouldn't mind going back home. It would just be kind of inconvenient, but, you know, maybe this, I mean, I've forgiven him, so... maybe this could be the start of... peace talks?
You better have a good number of people to just be there in case it turns sour.
I mean, I can trust you guys. And,
I'll be there.
I mean... if Caldorex, you know, shows he regrets it, and tells him and apologizes, like... I mean, it's... I know Morx isn't gonna forgive him that easily, but it could start something.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not being too optimistic.
Can I just ask something?
Yeah?
Without you slapping me?
If you're gonna call me Goatface, I will resist just once.
No. No, I made a promise to Nephrin.
Oh, she did talk to you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm surprised you didn't talk to me about that, but that's another matter. How is Morgs going to react when you tell him you actually love him?
Oh, fucking not this again. I don't.
You don't.
I
Do.
No, I will not lie. I really fucking hated him. But now I know how much he regrets what he did. And now I've realized that I was, in fact, in a lot of part, very responsible for what happened. And he's alright. I see him as a friend.
Mm-hmm.
But I can tell, he didn't outright say, but I can tell from this letter that Morx doesn't like that at all. And I mean, now I know that apparently those two were childhood friends. It just makes it all the more awkward.
But you still love him, you know.
I don't love him, but
He looks at you with the most disbelief face ever.
Right, Barham. I mean, I don't want him dead.
You spend your whole time with the guy.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Well, no, I spend time with you.
Yeah, a bit. When we usually are fighting, you never fight with him. You blush at his remarks. You swing your tail the way you swing it when you're happy.
Looks very stunned at that.
As I said to Nephrin, I might be dumb, but not that dumb.
Well, look, I can't love him. Like,
Why
I
not?
mean, yeah, I can be friends with him, but too much has happened. And I mean, it's not just Morgs. It's well, my mum. She has said words about Cal that aren't very nice.
And? Does that stop you before? Doing something that was forbidden?
Well, no, but it's my mum.
And?
I mean,
Are you
I
a man or are you a mommy's boy?
I'm trying to be a man.
Well, stop trying. Stop pretending and just act like it.
Oh, look, what's in your letter?
You know this conversation is not over.
We will pick it up another time then.
Mine is a bit simpler, but complicated in other regards.
Alright.
You remember I went to Waterdeep with Squeak at some point.
Oh yeah,
A few
to meet
months
your
ago.
cousin or something?
Cousin by marriage.
Yeah.
He has troubles, a lot of them. His wife has been missing for quite some time.
Ooh. Ouch.
Yeah, ouch, like you would say. And I told him to go and, look out for her. Like, go out and actually search.
Yeah.
And apparently he is going to do that.
Oh nice.
But that means that I will have to go.
Why?
He needs someone to take care of his lands and make sure that nothing happens to his home while he's away. So I'll be going.
You're leaving.
In a few weeks.
Oh.
That's why I don't know if I'll be there for your Morks episode.
Sorry. Do you have to?
I don't, but it's family. The last one I got.
Well, yeah, but by marriage.
Well, you probably never understood it. After all, you have a mum, you probably had a dad,
Yeah, I do.
you have your brother, you're surrounded by family. I was always alone, okay? And for once I have a family that I can have.
When you put it like that. Fair point.
You don't even realize the luck you had all because you're so focused on your problems with money. But there's a lot of things that you had that I would kill for.
Looks very guilty at that.
So yeah, I call you Goatface, and you call me Dwarf, because that's what we are.
Okay, I have several objections.
I'm not a dwarf, maybe?
Well, I'm assuming that Nephrin said what she said. That term for me is a bit insulting. But I'm sorry, I didn't realize that me calling you dwarf was insulting.
Not only dwarf, stupid as well.
Oh, come on, I call everyone stupid.
But I know in my case that it is true.
No, it's not.
I'm not book smart, I'm nowhere near smart.
Yeah, you are.
I can
No.
barely read.
Wait, you know how to fight. I mean, you've seen me. I kind of just swing a rapier around and just hope it hits. Like, you know what to hit. You know, like, what critical points to get.
It looks...
Apparently, hugging people. It just. I would kill to do that. That'd be awesome.
And look where it got me. Do I look anywhere amazing to you?
Well, I mean, yes. Maybe.
I literally have nothing that you have. I don't have the fame I've been looking. I don't even have a tremendous amounts of money. I just have a sword and I know how to use it, which makes it that I'm still alive. That doesn't mean that I am in any way better than you.
But you saved me, right?
Yeah, I saved your ass multiple times. Just
No, I mean like back when me and Squeak were killed by those. Were they orcs?
Yes.
Orcs, yeah.
Orcs, yeah.
I mean, from what I heard, apparently, like, I was being dragged away and you stopped it. I told you I owed you a favor for that.
I don't let people on my watch die, and I don't let them being taken away from me. And I just show Malzire the lock of hair and the that I have in the pocket.
Mhm.
Lock of hair of Mal and the feather of Squeak.
Okay.
I still have that as a reminder of this.
I mean, thanks for not just leaving us.
It's not in my nature. If I had to die, it would be in battle. I think I nearly died, actually, in this place. Came close to it, actually.
But you always pulled through.
Somehow.
Well, I know I can't stop you from leaving, but I'll miss you. You're my best friend.
No, you won't. You're just saying that to make me smile.
Mate. Mate. I don't forget favors. Okay, maybe I have in the past. Oh yeah, shit, yeah, I have in the past, but...
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, but I'm more mature now. And you, I couldn't forget you.
Well, at least my life will serve at that. I'll be remembered as Baron the Basher, the Dwarf of the Golden Tooth.
Can we at least keep in contact?
Of course we can. I'm just in Waterdeep. It's not that the castle.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you're right.
And, well, I'm not gone yet. Still have a few weeks.
Well, let's make the most of it.
But, two things, Mal.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, people won't be nice to you. People are never nice to people like us.
Yeah.
Do you really think I've been only called stupid and dwarf my whole life?
That's fair.
Own it. Take what they use against you and own it. And then throw it back at their face even harder.
Got a point.
If they slap you, slap them back. That's my motto. It always served me well so far.
I'll get that engraved in my gloves then.
And second thing, just get your fucking case together with Cal, please.
I'll try, but Morks wants to see me. That's gonna make things difficult.
It's bound to happen sooner or later, isn't it?
Yeah.
So better now than never. And I don't know how you are with your brother, but don't fucking stop being a man and not a boy.
That means a lot.
Otherwise, I'm just going to come back and break your face.
Well, did I tell you why I was traveling in the first place before I met you guys?
Probably stealing some stuff.
Actually, the opposite. It was Morks can't really wrap his head around the fact that I'm 18 now. And when he came back from his prison sentence, he got very critical very quickly, and it was just like when I was a kid, and I decided that if he didn't like me stealing, I was gonna prove to him that I wouldn't. So I bought him this lyre. It's the first thing I've ever, bought and not stolen. And then when I taught him to play it, I decided to go traveling and make an honest living. And yeah, it's been a bit hit and miss, but
Mostly miss.
yeah, but I'm just trying to, prove to him that I am an adult. I can make my own living.
You're becoming one. There's still a long way to go. The only way you can really prove yourself that you're an adult is to face things you'd rather not face.
Yep, that's the plan.
Right. I'm gonna buy you a drink. Oh, and don't tell the others about the letter. Not yet.
When are you gonna tell them?
When I feel like it's less of a problem. I mean, literally a few days ago I slashed Nephrin's face. I was caused Caldrax to fall to his death.
Yeah, alright. Lip sealed. Also, don't tell Cal about that. That's just gonna be a bit difficult.
Which part? You loving him or Mork's coming?
Okay, 1, fuck you, and 2, Mork's coming.
Okay, so I can tell him you love him.
I will buy you a drink so you won't.
He smiles, he's like, yeah, I can work with that.
And
Goes
yes-
happily to the bar.
Yeah.
And are you guys ready to go back to the not secret corner?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry about
I just know we've got some money. And that's why we should just kill them.
Yes. Clearly.
Sorry, I tried to drag you, and
Yeah, you
Sammy-
drag the entire...
Sammy moved himself, and that moved where the darkened corner was, so I threw the darkened
I
corner.
can move myself.
Yeah, you don't have to drag people back. You're never
I know.
Saves time.
Anyway, anybody else you'd like to drag into the darkened corner for massive amounts of chat right now?
Nope.
Question, is there ladies around?
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a tavern, so yeah, there's...
Reliable with the ladies. There
Tap,
are so
tap.
many to deflower, ladies.
Damn, you make it sound so bad. Tap tap Caldrax on the shoulder. You're not hunting?
No one really taking my interest, really.
No one really taking your interest today.
I mean, that one over there is kind of interesting, but nothing quite right.
Yeah, are you alright?
I could just be very tired, but I don't know.
Barum looks at you like, dude, I've known you for months. You haven't spent a day without doing that.
It's just not really feeling like it. It's not really that many. I mean, there's that one over there.
So why don't you go and, engage conversation?
I mean, I could, but no. I'm just not liking. She's got. There's certain. It's hard to describe, really, but it's just like there's certain people I just know by looking, they're not going to be my type. I'm not going to be able to break through that.
He's been with enough. He's got experience.
So, if I were to tell you right now, is there anyone in this room you would fancy?
Oh,
You'd say no one.
Are you intimating something, Barum?
Maybe. He just grins while he drinks his beer, making sure that Malzere can hear the.
Squeak grins as best a Kenku can.
So that's a very creepy, big thing.
You can see her eyes light up.
Yeah.
And there's just a corner twitch to her eyes as she says, "You love me, really."
Oh, what's that? What's that, Squeak? You want to have a bit of fun with me?
I am a friend.
The moment you say that, Malzere just shoots his head over as if to say, "Don't you fucking dare."
I think, after the ordeal we've been through, I think today should be drinking among friends, at the very least. Maybe something later on, you never know, someone might come in I might be interested in.
Barum turns his head to Malzere.
I hope by friends you're not going to tag on with benefits at the end.
No. Come on, round on me.
Yeah, I'm too sober for this. Just starts drinking.
That's the wisest thing you've ever said, Malzere.
Let's do this.
Drinking ensues.
Neff is just grinning, looking into her mouth.
She's just not looking at anyone, but she's just grinning away to herself.
I think at this point, every time Nephrine puts a mug down, Barum would make sure that the mug is refilled.
Just drink more!
He wants to see an elf drunk. Really don't.
Like that. Oh no, I think I'm drunk.
I can feel a slight tingle in my fingers. I think it's affecting me.
And we will call...
Can't take your drink.
We will...
Falls over and smashes a table.
We will call this session here, and we'll pick up after your guys' session at the Root Beer next week. Geez, some emotional moments tonight, guys. Wow.
Yeah.
Another tavern that's not been burnt down yet.
The Storm King's Undersea can take lessons.
Barum's not got drunk enough yet.
I think TOA has a record of taverns not being burned because they only came across one in their entire lives.
They went in one and then fucked off from all civilization.
It's a great way to not burn taverns down, though.
It is.
I like to imagine that this group, like after a few years, like of being away from each other, they all come back together and they go to the tavern and it's just all gone, and they're just like, "What the fuck happened here?"
A stranger a group with a gnome and an elf woman and a human man with a hood on. It's like they just came in and burnt everything.
Just taverns.
Just the tavern. They left everything else.
What I really want in SKT now is for them to come to an orchard and just realize that every orchard in the land has been bought by a Malzere.
We will be back.
Apple Company.
We will be back next week with more Adventures of the Golden Tooth. In the meantime, on Friday, Sammy is running Space Odysseus the A-Team.
It's back.
Or at the very least, I hope he is.
It's back.
I assume from the message that he sent me on Monday night that at the very least, me and one other person is going to be there.
And the moment for.
Yay!
It might be a very light 8.
That's. I mean, if it's just me, that's fine. Shopping episode.
Honestly, I'm starting to get used to light team 18.
Anything will do.
As I say, if it's just me, shopping episode. We'll be back on Friday with that. On Sunday, the Tomb of Annihilation crew finally make their way probably into the tomb.
Maybe.
I mean,
No, we're going to find a tavern and burn it.
It depends how many sort of emotional chats you guys want to have before you go inside. But
if we want to try and use the plant travel system we've got,
yeah,
go and Port Nyanzaru, stock up on shit, and then come back.
It's up to you guys.
Or go to Port Nyanzaru, summon an entire army, and
then just march them down the fucking thing.
Anyway, we'll be back for that. We'll find out what they do then. On Monday night next week, we start a new Minecraft series as Sean and myself and maybe others, hopefully. Chris, maybe Jennifer, maybe Michael. I may be missing other people. Sean, if he wants to.
I may, but I'll need to discuss things.
We will be looking.
A surprise when people turn up.
At the very least, myself and Sean will be there. We can probably guarantee that much.
Yeah.
Cool.
Fairly safe.
We will be doing the first in a series of Sky Factory 4, which I'm interested in playing now that I've played a little bit of it and want to play some more.
Yeah, it should be interesting.
So basically, the plan is we're going to be alternating Minecraft Mondays between Sky Factory and our server world. Next Wednesday, we'll be back with more of this. So if you've enjoyed this, we'll see you in a week's time for more of this.
I love the fact that everything has a name except this.
The adventure.
Like it's the problem.
We'll be back with more of the problem. We will be then back on Friday next week with Flowers at the End of the World. Or Jeff will be continuing to run Princes of the Apocalypse. And then the following Sunday after that, we will be back with Storm King's Thunder as the group continues to try and take over a cloud giant castle. Hopefully they get some sleep in first.
It would be helpful.
For now, guys, farewell.
Pisces.